live, my brother. How you doing?
Hey, everybody, Frankie here with Variety Vibes Radio, and we are introducing JT the GOAT. We're going to go straight to the music. We are live with.
Hey, Reno, drop that pressure on me. We getting high. Don't be scared, baby. Just hit the blunt a few times, you know?
Girl, we going on a trip. Now I'm about to roll up a blunt or two. Finna get high, girl. Tell me, is that really what you wanna do? Say what's on your mind, girl. As your boy roll up another tune. Finna get high, girl. What we smoking on is some indica, and I got to tell you. Optimals, what is that? Shoulda have you on your back. Everything I touch is gold, bitch. You think I be the Mac? Mixed with some super fly. Priest still be preaching facts. Blue dream, cherry pie. Shorty, I be off the pack. And I got some purple haze. Light it up, we finna blaze. Sour D to triple D. Both I have you in the days. And you smoking that green crack, but you ain't built for that. Chasing that first high. You trying to hark it back. Girl, we going on a trip. Now I'm about to roll up a blunt or two. Finna get high, girl. Tell me, is that really what you wanna do? Say what's on your mind, girl. As your boy roll up another tune. Finna get high, girl. What we smoking on? Dooley said he coming back, so I had to grab a sack. If you getting high with the gang, it ain't no coming back. When we at the cul-de-sac, and I brought the cul-de-sac. Bet I throw it all in the wood, I'm a lumberjack. Feel the booty in your vein, every day we smoking. Bumping on some bone, I'm in my zone when I be rolling. Get you higher than the stars, baby, you'll be floating. Always rolling with that pretty green, like I'm Draken. So we going on a trip. Now I'm about to roll up a blunt or two. Finna get high, girl. Tell me, is that really what you wanna do? Say what's on your mind, girl. As your boy roll up another tune. Finna get high, girl. What we smoking on is some melody, and I got to tell you. Beat a little bit, baby. I know how you like it. Yeah. Hey, Reno, drop that pressure on me. Yeah. Girl, I'll get you high. Girl, I'll get you high.
Oh,
Hey, there it is. Straight to the music. Straight to the
I
crowd
already
favorite.
know, man. Already know, man. What's
JT the
up?
GOAT.
What's up with you, brother? How
Hey,
you
man.
doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm all good, bro.
That's
I'm
awesome,
all
man.
good. Coming out from a
I really appreciate
little
you.
morning session.
What's that?
It's coming from a morning music session. You know, I'm all good. I'm fired up right now, to be honest.
So it's early, but you're putting in the work early, right?
Come on now. You
I
already know.
appreciate you being here today. This is courtesy of Variety Vibes Radio. Greg and the whole team over there doing amazing things. And I
To
was
be
asked
here.
to step in and have a conversation with you, man. So I was just talking about this yesterday. There are so many amazing artists out there that are in their community, doing great work, helping a lot of people. And for some reason, we just haven't heard of them yet. So the first time coming across your music was last month. I actually heard you in a music room, and it was one of those things where you submit your music and everyone's sort of battling and getting feedback and who's better than who and who's got the beats, who's got the right, mix, who's got the right collab going. And you were crushing it, man. And it was actually this song right here. So it's no surprise to me that you're getting those hundreds of thousands of streams on Spotify. And I'm hoping after this, it takes off even more. And we're into the millions after that, man, because just amazing work that you're doing. And we're going to get a chance to get to know you a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, tell me about this song. How did you get, like, why has this song been so popular with people?
So this is one of my stories to tell with this song. I was at a very creative 2019. That's when I initially made it. It's 3 years old. It just affected. So what it was one day just came from work, you know, to relax and everything. I lit my candy, and I was just going through YouTube, listening to different, trying to get an inspiration. So I heard this beat by this producer, his Yondo, YOND. I'm sorry, YOND, super dope. So, you know, just listening to his thing, I heard the song that called Sativa. And oh my God, this is one of the best beats. You know, what we do is all in reference tracks, you know, to get and to have that motivation to help us with it. So I brought it to my producer slash and brother. Whenever you guys hear that, hey, Reno, that's my producer, Reno Corelli. And, I was just vibing out to some that. I just fell in love with that song. I was so high. I want everybody to know that I was super high. But it was, like I said, I wrote that very creative time because I was in a very, it was going well for me. You know, job, I was on my own, you know, really branching out into the world that I was supposed to be. And that song, I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing music since I wrote a lot of lyrics. I would say that song is very spiritual. That's the song that I got it. I got it. We recorded that. The engineer, we were just so in tune with each other so that we vibrate off of each other. I don't fill in for these. He comes in and fills them in. We're like each other's missing piece. You know what I'm saying? We're in Chicago.
Wow.
We are literally JT the GOAT and Reno Corelli, blood brother, same parent. So let me get back into it though, but to me because we all love weed, but the creativeness, the production, lyrics, and the way that the lyrics flow together, the song,
Right.
it's just it's a 10. I really put my spirit into that song. A lot of people in today's society have a hard day at work, or not even a hard day, just productive day. You ready to calm down, whatever you do, you listen to that song, euphoria.
Wow. There's so much that you said there, man, that we could probably just structure the whole conversation around that. I mean, that's really amazing because, you know, obviously people always want to know, okay, well, where did you grow up? Like, what were you all about? What were you doing? You know, 2019 was a really interesting time, right? Because nobody knew what was about to happen in the world. And so there were a lot of people who were doing really well. Some people who were struggling though and really trying to find their way. And so when the pandemic hit, when 2020 hit, people really needed to dig deep and find themselves. There's so much happening in the world. So many people were struggling just at the local level. And so that's when everybody started jumping on Clubhouse, started jumping on Instagram. I saw so many people finally get an Instagram account, and they were looking for something to vibe to. Like you said, that's a word that I feel like the word vibe is being overused right now, right? Because it's like, oh, this is the vibe. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the vibe. But some of that's just your opinion, which is fine. You should like your own stuff. Uh, but how do other people feel? How are they connecting with it? And there's something just about the flow. It stays in its lane. It knows what it's doing. Like you said, it all just comes together, right? It just all meshes together. And so there's so many things, just like there's so many things that needed to happen for you and I to be having this conversation today. There's so many things that needed to happen for that song to come together. And I think that's a big part of why people don't even necessarily know how to describe it, but it comes together for them and they enjoy it. And that's why it's racking up the streams and the downloads that it is. So anything that you want to say about that before we kind of get into it?
Tell people to go stream my first EP on all platforms. JT the GOAT. All social networks. And I am J. Let's get it.
Awesome. And so you've been making music for a few years now, but really, I would say what, last year? Do you feel like when it really started to take off and you were committing the time to put the stuff out there, to put your work out there? What was sort of the impetus for that? Like, why last couple of years have you decided to share your work with everyone?
That's a very intimate question. Answer that.
Yeah, and share what you want. People are always interested, but at the same time, we're in a crazy time.
I'm putting out my music at the late end of very, like I said, I was in a very creative space. This is when and SoundCloud is still, boom. But what made me full throttle last year was because 20. I can honestly sit here and I'm being very transparent that 20 the worst year of my life. I won, and the final straw was losing my father. Like losing, I can handle losing a grandparent, but to lose my father, my
Wow.
it was like, and life really set in. His lessons, his wisdom. One of the many things he always told me, because he told me so many, but one of them many people near, like his words, be anything that you want to be, just going. So my brother, my producer, we put our heads, came up with a plan. And we said, because our father, he wasn't he was just a man who loved music, and that love to us too. And we make some dope music. We really make some dope music. Say that my father, my mother, they are the reason why music. I was very blessed, very blessed. And that's
Wow.
why I'm just here to share the blessings with the world. We all did. So rest of the generation.
That's amazing, man. And I really appreciate you sharing that because again, a lot of people like we're just not even really out of the pandemic yet in a lot of ways. Some communities are going back into lockdown, and it's been a lot for people to deal with, and for you to share that, it really sets an example, especially for me in speaking about men and men who are I don't know what the right word is, but the minority men, where the community is not talking about mental health, is not talking about feelings or sharing or values. The only really emotion that is being shared is anger and rage, frustration, and that's where a lot of the challenges that we're having today are coming from. Is people speaking from a place of fear? Really, is what's behind all that fear, loneliness, disconnection, and all that was amplified over the last couple of years. And so for you to share that with the audience, I really hope that it hits home for people because we don't know. I once heard this comedian say that everyone complains that life is too short, but life isn't too short. Life is actually really long. I mean, people are living to be 80, 90, 100. We're going to start seeing people regularly living to be 120 years old, but we're filling it with so much nonsense, so much distraction. We're wasting those moments where we really should be present, right? People are on their phones when they should be with their kids, or whatever the case might be. That we're not really thinking about that. Man, this could be the last time I speak to this person. This could be the last time that I really get to connect with them. If you only see your kid, your adult son, once a year, and you're going to live to be 80, that's only maybe 30 more times that you're going to see this person. And when you think about that, that's not a lot. And you think about the last words that you spoke with someone. So that's just so powerful, man. And I really appreciate that you took the time to share that. I was thinking about, not everyone's heard his name, but they've heard his work. His name is Ron Carter. He's been featured on over 2,000 like pieces of jazz music. Okay, so he played with the Miles Davis band. Just this amazing guy. He's like 85 years old. And I was watching his interview on PBS. They did a whole documentary. And you don't have to go out and make mistakes. You don't have to always go out and learn the lesson yourself. You can pull it from someone else who is being vulnerable enough to share that with you. And he talked about in his music that he hears it differently every time. He's always trying to improve. And so you're talking about someone who's 85 years old. He's won like 3 Grammys, featured over 2,000 times in work that he's put himself out there into the world. And he's still saying that he's not at his best, that his best days are ahead of him, that there's always something to learn. There's always something to share. And so it speaks so much to his character and his love of music. And that's what I was reminded of when you shared that story about you and your family, and the reason why now is the time to finally put it out there and share it with people. So really powerful, man. Thank you again.
No problem, man. Thank you again. That's what I'm here for, and that's to express ourselves to them. We're supposed to let the audience kind of us into our souls. I love to express with my music. I'm when it comes to music. I don't like just they call now Chicago drill. That's JT the GOAT. I'm a very an old soul. With the drill. I love listening to rock music. I like listening, you know. But if a versatile, what's my favorite? If you ask me what's my favorite, right, I would tell you it's it's R&B. Fact, fun fact about JT. The very first song, very first song that I heard, me even liking this thing called music. It was a song Maxwell, the artist Maxwell.
Mhm.
Fortunate. I was so hurt that song. I think I had to be maybe about old, but we would listen. Me and my listen to that song every, every morning, 5:30, and be at school by this grade school time. At 6:30, so we every morning, baby boy, you gotta wake up. It never fails. That that will be the first song on the radio, and it just kept resonating. Then it was like, oh man, this dude right here, that I would say love. Well, another reason why so much is
Mhm.
Maxwell. He has been inspiration when it comes to R&B. Michael Jackson.
Mm.
Wait,
Yeah, so that Maxwell, that 90s R&B is undefeated, right? I mean, there's just never gonna be anything like it again. The last 20 years, 25 years, people have been trying to harness, recreate, even build on top of that sound, and it's tough to get right. I mean, it was just a very special time in the world, special time in American history, that these sounds evolved from the jazz, from the disco, and created something really really special. So, yeah, Maxwell, even like a D'Angelo, those are things that
Mhm,
it doesn't matter if you haven't heard it in 20 years. You put that song on, you put on like a D'Angelo Brown Sugar, that everything stops.
mhm,
You
mhm.
hear it, and you know that you haven't heard anything like that since then. So that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, I want to get another song going here for everybody, because since we're talking about other people's
Yes,
music and
sir.
how it's influenced you, what do you want to play next, man?
Well, what we got? What we got?
Let's
I
see.
think we could go with flowers. We got flowers.
Yeah, let's get that loaded up here. And what? Maybe I'll save that because I want to talk about that. But for the other people, while that's getting loaded up, and we'll just get that going as soon as it's ready. Um, who, like, if you weren't singing, what would you be doing? Let's go. Let's go with that.
If I wasn't an artist, what would I would honestly say I would be dance. I'm a very hands-on. Specifically, I would be doing plumbing. Know that people don't
Hmm.
know that my very first job, I know how to. I'm not good at pipe, but to go and ride line outside,
Mm.
the old machines that they use, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
I,
very. And when I tell you, it's a very. But the money is good. Oh my God.
right. And it's so funny that you say that, because I really like that answer. I speak to a lot of high school students, college students, entrepreneurial classrooms, and anybody. I'll speak to any student. But when they ask me, because they always want to know, how do you make 10 grand a month? I don't know why, man. But the last 15, 20 years, it's always been, oh, I want to make 10 grand a month. And so people always ask me, what should I do? And one of the number one answers that I tell them is become a plumber. Because any job that other people don't want to do, or any job where they need to call you in the middle of the night and they need it now, that's a career. That's not just a way to make money. That is livelihood. That's security for your family. And if you want to make 6 figures, 7 figures
Yeah.
as a plumber, get good at what you do, work with someone, bring value to their business, and figure out a way to work together or branch off on your own. And then when you build up your leadership, go out and get a truck for someone else and do the same thing that they did for you, for them. Then go out and get another truck. because it's easy to duplicate, right? It's a business where you don't have to try to figure it all out. If you know it, you can go out and share that with people. And the new business, it used to be, old business was competition. Everybody, even people within your own same company, are the competition. You've got to beat them out. In my mind, business these days is all about collaboration. How can we work together? How can we complement each other? How can we scale? And that's why there's so many plumbers or any business that you've never heard of, because they can't scale. They're the best kept secret. But to be a plumber, you can duplicate that, and you can easily 6-figure, 7-figure income from building a plumbing business, and where people need you and they'll respect you, and you're going to teach other young people how to provide for themselves. So that's one of my favorite answers, man, that I've heard in asking that question. So it looks like we got Good On You loaded up. Is there anything you want to say before we play that?
Definitely one of my favorite songs. Another song, I was in a very creative space, creating.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about something. I haven't even people with the unreleased songs that I got. I mean, the previous year, 2022. But this Good On You song, it's basically just hype breakup song. We broke up with somebody, or maybe not even broke up that you say, I'm good.
Said I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Broke up with my bitch, said I'm good on you.
Hey, Reno,
Broke
drop
up
that
with my
pressure on
bitch, told her we was through. Broke up with my bitch, said I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Shawty do too much, and she got some too. And if I come with one, bet I'll leave with two. Had to cut you off, said I'm good on you. I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Had to cut you off, said I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Shawty missing me, I ain't missing you. Bitch, you for the streets, had to cut you loose. I caught you with my ops, so I'm good on you. I don't need a bitch, but I'll take a few. Why you stressing me? I ain't stressing you. Bitch, you tryna talk, bitch, I'm tryna shoot. Gorillas in this club, welcome to the zoo. And I don't even drink, but I'll take a few. You ain't got no talent, bitch, what you do? You just broken high, you a tweaker, you. You see you do too much, so I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Broke up with my bitch, said I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Broke up with my bitch, said I'm good on you. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Shawty do too much, and she got some too. If I come with one, then I'll leave with two. Had to cut you off, said I'm good on you. I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Had to cut you off, said I'm good on you. I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine. Broke up with my bitch, told her we was through. Had to cut you off, said I'm good on you.
Man, that's it right there.
I love hearing
Jeez.
that song, man.
Do
Shout out
you ever miss,
Rick.
man? I mean, that's back-to-back bangers right there.
No, man. Shout out to Reno Corral, man. That's just one half of JT. Without him, it wouldn't be production, man. That's the best in Chicago. Duo in Chicago. Can nobody. Shout out to my homies, G Bot. You know what I'm talking to, the whole slump gang. Them touch us.
That's awesome,
Slump
man.
gang and pivot gang. to my boy Dooley Hendrix, Key to G. Shout out.
Wow. So you get a lot of support, but let me ask you something. Like, what do you say for artists who aren't feeling the support, or how do they deal? How can they better deal with like criticism or even people sipping on the haterade? Like, what advice would you give to people?
I would tell artists, embrace it all. You have to have the good that they coincide with one another. They can without one another. You're going to people that love your work,
Mm,
people that just absolutely despise, but that does not mean, because I'm not gonna lie, people, you know what's crazy? People hate on McDonald's. It's one of the top fast
uh-huh.
food restaurants, and no matter how many people don't like them, it doesn't matter. So that's it doesn't matter who doesn't like, because it's gonna speak for itself.
Mm,
Especially time speaks for itself. To have a debate about artists. Was
wow.
Prince a great artist? To have a debate about that, because what them from a lot of artists is themselves. That's my message to artists, every child, everybody have conviction in yourself. Damn what the outside world you think. Because the world that really matters is right up in here.
Say that last part one more time. Where what really matters?
The, the world up here in the mind, the only world that matters is your mind.
There
I'm
you go.
promoting mental health.
There you
And
go.
that's what I'm here, hood diplomat. I'm here to yeah,
Man, I
yeah,
love it. I
yeah,
love it, man. You've been so
yes,
generous
sir.
with your time today. We're gonna start as we start wrapping up, and then we're gonna end with one more song. But uh, what I really wanted to ask you is who are you looking to collab with? So one, how can people find you? Two, because I want to keep talking to you after this, so people are gonna have to wait on interview number two. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what
Yes,
we can
sir.
do for them.
Oh, we
But
gonna go.
yeah. So how can people get a hold of you? And then who are you trying to collab with next, man? I mean, is it a female vocalist? Is it some Afro beats? Like let us know where it's headed.
Oh, okay. Let me start. All platforms,
Mm-hmm.
ticker. What's I am JT the GOAT. JT the GOAT. Just regular JTOAT. I am JT the GOAT. Form again. I'm available on all streaming platforms. Go. Don't forget to go stream the EP. Welcome. Available on all streaming platforms. My it's so many artists that I'm discovering, love to work with, into Afro beats, and I'm so glad. I'm really in that lane now. I don't know. We had the other, we was on Clubhouse. We had I previewed Afrobeat song that I have for one of my home Africa. To tell you that this song is amazing. to let you hear it again. I don't think you heard it, bro. I don't think you heard it because,
No,
like
I don't think
I
so,
said,
man.
I
I think I'm
want to
just
say that
knowing where you're.
to you.
I feel the wavelength, man. I feel the energy. That's all.
I have.
But yeah,
Oh
for
Lord,
people that want to be on the cutting edge of the
yes.
music, that they got to be on Clubhouse because that's where you're gonna hear it for the first time, literally the first time.
Please,
Awesome.
we go live on Clubhouse. Please come vibe with a review by professionals. These guys, what they do. We're talking about people who are work industry A&R, industry work. Please come get your music review. Vibes Radio. Please come join us. We good people. Come on.
Wow, dude, this has been full of nuggets, man. So, as you said, get with the people, and that's what's so unique about Clubhouse. You can have a direct conversation with people that you couldn't pay to get into the room with. That you have to know someone, they gotta like you, that just are so in demand that they can't possibly give their time to everybody. So, yeah, amazing. One of my favorite interviews, man. I mean, we could talk for a couple more hours. I feel like we barely scratched the surface today, but I wanna showcase one last song, and then we'll get out of here. Is that good with you?
That's all. Real quick, my thank you, appreciate that. My dream actually is first Bone Thugs and Harmony. I think if people would listen, if people really give they would hear the Bone Thugs influence. But Bone Thugs, get Tim's. Who else? What's that? My boy. Y'all know I love the Afro beats, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The Wayne Wonders and the Kevin Littles and
the legends, man. Oh wow.
Come on now. Come on.
So we're gonna put it. It's out into the universe, right? I mean, you heard it here live. So whoever can make that connection, let's get that conversation going.
Please make it.
Awesome, man. Special thanks to Greg, CEO of Variety Vibes Radio, for putting this together today. Greg, let's play this last song, man. Let's go out on a high note. This has been amazing.
Just stop and ask yourself, really, what is a good fella? He's known as a gangster, high-class killer, a good guy source, the wisest of his peers. Yeah, a made man that rose in the ranks. About time that I got my respect. I'm the GOAT, nigga. You gotta really live this life to feel this shit, my nigga, you know? Reno, what up? Bodies drop from the Ruger burst. Headshots, highly effective, but body shots the worst. High-class marksman, known to put in work. I won't knock the team off the map, I'll knock them off this earth. Burn up the body like human sacrifice. If it's real beef, we can take this fight to the afterlife. Niggas know I'm a killer, but live a humble life. Rambo, good with the Ruger, but better with the knife. Good fella, climbing the ranks. I know the cons and pros. You gon' lose it all before you get it. I mean, that's how it goes. Niggas trying stunning my growth until I grew in height. Gradually the boy heated up. We wasn't Fahrenheit. Used to listen close when the dead talk or when fiends speak. Now I listen close when Allah talk or when Baba speak. Niggas feel the pain in the way I speak. Voice of Stony Island, they listen close when the pastor speak. I'm me, nigga.
Heart of the city, but love don't live here. Even when it's cold outside, they check your temperature. Stay on your P's, the streets talk, you better listen up. They always wanna dim your light when you a glistener. Emotions gone, my heart stone, love don't live here. Split can never leave my side, the bitch a prisoner. Good fellas, wise guys with something similar. The good in India, step in my perimeter, yeah. I lost my heart in the ghetto, that's why I slide with the meadow. The streets on fire, don't go outside, there's homicide in the ghetto. Big homies flexing BPS, that's on my side of the ghetto. There's family ties in the ghetto, yeah. You know how niggas is. They stick around you till they can't see no more benefits. You lose it all, they all get small. You see how real it gets. Don't call for something if you don't call for nothing. That's the realest shit. Claws on my feet as I chamber shells, bucket of crab. That's how you make it out that bucket of crabs. I keep my back against the wall. You never know who try to take them a stab. They all say they gon' ride for you, but who gon' stay when you crash? Dummy. I chase that bag 24/7. I don't need a rest. I got my money up, investing, step up, get my feet a rest. Beefing on the internet, you see me get it off your chest. Don't lose your head, might lose your head. I take that shit right off your neck. It's king, nigga. Heart of the city, but love don't live here. Even when it's cold outside, they check your temperature. Stay on your P's, the streets talk, you better listen up. They always wanna dim your light when you a glistener. Emotions gone, my heart stolen, love don't live here. Look, we never leave my side, the bitch a prisoner. Good fellas, wise guys do something similar. To be the Indian, you step in my perimeter, yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is, nigga. About time, nigga, give me my flowers, I'm stoned. I'm the GOAT, nigga. Bury me 5 feet under Stony Island, cause I'm the GOAT, nigga. Lil Durk said he the voice, but guess what? I'm the hope, nigga. Niggas gotta come see me before they meet the father, nigga.
Man, put that on repeat. I mean, we just boom, boom,
Oh,
boom
man.
all day today, man. Whew, I don't know if you
man.
ate your Wheaties this morning or what, man, but I think people are really gonna enjoy this one. Thank you so much again for coming on the show. Thank you to Variety Vibes
That's a
Radio.
pleasure.
If you want to have a conversation, if you want to get into the network of guys like JT the GOAT, you got to reach out. You got to put in the work, right? Hang out.
Come on, y'all.
Man,
Come on.
appreciate you so much.
All Artists Network.
Whew. We're just getting started, man. Really appreciate it. Great conversation.
Yes, I appreciate you, bro. Like, for real, man. I appreciate all that you got. Like, you have no idea how much it means personally to me to be on a platform like this that just helps artists the way that you guys do, the way that your working system is just, this is family. Like, it's not just me. Realize my love and appreciation for this whole, like to be a part of something organic like this. You guys don't understand. Y'all don't understand.
Amazing. Well, you heard it here. We're gonna end on that, dude. Thank you so much, and let's keep this conversation going.
To everybody, peace, love, and light.